Hello.
Hello.
Episode 2,
Episode 2.
March 22nd.
I believe that's the date.
Yeah. Last week we did the
South.
South, right? AFC, NFC South of
That's
our
correct.
4-part series where we break down kind of what draft.
Biggest needs.
Biggest needs.
Each team's biggest needs leading up to the draft.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of activity with free agents over the last few weeks. But yeah, we're going to break down 4-part series. We're in part 2. We're doing the North right now. And then we will go to the East and then the West. West and then the East.
Something like that.
Something like that. We'll
like
figure it out. All right, want to jump right into it? Oh, was there anything from last week? So last week we did the South.
Yeah, last week we did the South, and we said that the Texans' biggest need was left guard. And I believe it was like 2 days after we filmed it, they signed, I believe, a Wyatt Teller
Yeah.
to be their left guard. So now they don't need anything. Their team is set.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah, they're just going to kick back during the draft and,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe collect some capital or something for next year.
Maybe, yeah. That sounds like the better idea.
Maybe they should focus on a backup quarterback.
I don't know. Davis Mills is pretty good.
He did
Maybe
look
they
pretty
should just
good.
start him.
All right, we're getting sidetracked. So we're going to do Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, and then we will jump to Lions.
Packers, Bears, Vikings.
Correct? Yeah. So let's jump right into it.
Absolutely.
All right, Ravens. Ranked bottom 10 in wide receiver separation rate. And you're like,
Correct.
You're like, Keith, why does that obscure stat really make a difference? I think it's lack of consistency, right, in winning their route wins.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I see. I also see a lot of pressure. So they face pressure on 35% of their dropbacks. They had a sack rate of 9.8.
Really?
Yeah, that's 1 in 10.
That's not good.
No. More than double from the 2024. So they got a few things. What are you thinking for some needs here? I mean, I threw out some stats. Is that in line with where you're thinking, or are you going somewhere else?
That's exactly in line where I'm thinking. I'm thinking wide receiver and offensive line. That's directly where I'm thinking.
Okay.
Zay Flowers is about it that they got in the receiving core.
Yeah.
I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins is still. Let me see. No, DeAndre Hopkins is not still on the roster, but they have Rashad Bateman. He is getting up there in age. But then in terms of like a wide receiver, like Zay Flowers can be the wide receiver 1. I believe that.
Yeah,
I know some
don't
people
disagree.
disagree.
No, I'm good with that.
I don't think Rashad Bateman is in that position anymore to be the 2.
So
A little bit inconsistent.
So I don't. So you say I think he can be the number 1. Like, do they even really need a true number 1, or they just need a little bit of help in depth?
I think they. That's a good question.
Like, are
But
they just built a little different where they don't really need like a number one?
That could be the case.
Okay.
Just because of the offense that they have. I don't know if it's going to be the same offense this year, but the firing or not firing. Was it firing of John Harbaugh? Something.
Mutual.
John Harbaugh's not there anymore.
The
Straight
mutual
up.
separation. Yeah. All right. So who are we looking at?
Well, at pick 14, which is where their draft pick is.
Yep.
Vega Ione.
Yeah. Guard.
The
Penn State
guard.
Yeah.
In my opinion, best guard prospect since Quentin Nelson coming out of Notre Dame in whatever it was, 2018, I believe. He's great. He's a mauler. He's great in pass protection. And he's just a great guard. He's the best interior offensive lineman overall.
I feel like you have guard bias.
I don't have guard bias.
Nate plays guard.
I play guard. I don't have guard bias. When I just see a good guard,
All right.
I
Fair.
see a good guard, and he's a good guard.
Okay.
And then
What about some later rounds? I mean, we talked about wide receiver. They don't really need maybe a number 1, but they need help. Right?
correct. I think a direction that they might want to go or can go is the free agency route. Right now, still sitting in free agency is Juwan Jennings
From the Niners, right?
from the Niners, wide receiver from the Niners. And they brought in Mike Evans, and they brought in Christian Kirk, and they have Ricky Pearsall. So I don't think
the Niners did, right? So yeah.
the Niners, yeah. So I don't think they're
yeah.
looking to bring Juwan Jennings back in. So I think Baltimore could be a good landing spot for him. And then kind of to go along the same route, receiving wise, I think tight end could also be an issue.
Yeah. What's his name? Walked in free agency or
Well,
got traded.
Two.
Yeah.
No, nobody got traded, but 2 walked.
Walked,
So
right, yeah.
Isaiah Likely went to the Giants, followed John Harbaugh, and then Charlie Kolar, their third string tight end, he walked as well. They did sign. They signed Durham Smythe from the Bears. I don't think he's a tight end too, though. So I think they could address tight end two in the draft as well. Maybe Michael Trigg in the later third and fourth round, day two.
More of a receiving tight end or a blocking tight end when you say
think
tight end too?
In terms of tight end two, I think Michael Trigg specifically, I think he can do a little bit of both. But
Okay.
Mark Andrews is getting up there in age.
Yeah.
You know, I think they need to start looking for a replacement for him. I thought Isaiah Likely was going to be that replacement for him.
I think everybody did.
I think everybody did. So, yeah, I think guard and offensive line, and they have the draft capital to do that, I believe, to successfully get a wide receiver two and a starting guard.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, everybody says, oh, they're going to be so great and they should be great. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's one of those teams where talent's there. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lamar Jackson, I mean, the talent's there, but someday you got to do more
Yeah.
with that talent.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Good on that?
I'm good on that.
All right, let's go Bengals. Talk about a lot. Bengals.
Not as much as you might think, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. I've got a few interesting nuggets here.
Shoot.
Do they need to overinvest in the O line? Finally, at some point. I mean, they're
Yeah.
hitting the skill players,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they covered that last year, but they are 31st ranked in PFF for pass blocking.
That's
as a
true.
Unit.
And that's a very bad thing when you have Joe Burrow at quarterback.
I know everybody wants to hammer their defense, right? Like, oh, their defense is always so
I don't
bad,
think
and Joe Burrow is always
their defense isn't looking that bad this year. They signed Boye Mafe. They signed Brian Cook. They signed
Yeah.
Jonathan Allen. Their defense is looking a little bit better.
I just hope they don't sleep on the O line because
Yeah.
that's a sleeping problem.
Yeah.
That
I think guard and tackle, obviously,
okay.
big needs. I think guard a little bit more than tackle. I think Amarius Mims, the right tackle, I think he's very solid. Orlando Brown Jr. has been not exactly what people have talked him up to be currently. So I think they're both solid starters. I believe their current left guard is Dylan Fairchild, and yes, he is. Ted Karras, he's pretty good. He's a solid starter. But they don't have really a quality starter at right guard. So I think right guard is where they need to go. Possible fits for right guard, I'm actually not too sure. I wouldn't get a guard at pick 9, which I believe is their pick. I wouldn't get a guard at pick 9. Maybe in their second round, they could get a guy like Kalen Rutledge at Georgia Tech.
Then what are they going to do in their first pick? Where are they going?
Cornerback.
Well, we talked about their defense, and you said it's not as bad, but you still
Yeah,
think
but
there's...
they don't have a
Okay, so there is still a hole there.
There is still a hole there. Their cornerbacks right now are Dax Hill, DJ Turner II, and Jalen Davis at the nickel.
Okay.
So I think if they, I think it also just depends on how the draft board falls.
Okay.
You know, if their pick gets to them and Mansour Delane out of LSU is their best option to pick, that's not a bad option to pick. He's the best cornerback in the draft. If I don't know, Ruben Bain falls to them and they want to pair somebody up right against Boye Mafe,
Yeah.
then I think they can wait until the second to get a guy like Chris Johnson out of San Diego State,
Interesting.
who is very underrated.
You like him?
I like him a lot.
Why?
Well, people might, lower him because he goes to a smaller school, San Diego State, but
Level of competition, that
composition.
tag that they like to throw around.
He allowed 18 receptions on 43 targets, so less than 50%
Okay.
completion percentage he's allowed. He only allowed 185 yards in the air, 0 touchdowns allowed, 4 interceptions. You want to guess what his passer rating when targeted was?
31.
16.
That's pretty intense.
It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy good.
Yeah. It's a good bit of a lockdown there.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
getting a little bit too much into the draft and less into the teams right now. I think we need to circle back.
Okay.
But yeah, I think cornerback is probably where they want to go early on. I think you can work with a average guard. I don't think you necessarily need a superstar, but
Okay, so you don't think they have to like go find a hard investment in the offensive line. You think they can still get away with plugging in some folks coming out?
yeah,
Okay.
I would say so.
All right. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to
The Browns
the Browns. Dead last
and everything other than sacks.
in pressure rate allowed. 31st in pass blocking. So we're seeing a theme here. And like last episode, we saw a little bit of a theme with some linebackers, a little bit of O-line with the South, right? The AFC
Yeah.
and the NFC South.
Yeah.
We saw some themes there last week. Starting to see a little bit of a theme this week with some O-line.
Definitely.
Browns, I don't know what they're doing. I know they signed a couple. There was 5 on free agent. I don't know. It's a little bit of a magic 8-ball going on over there in the Browns offensive line.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they've signed a ton of guys. They've re-signed a ton of guys guard wise. They got Tevin Jenkins back.
Okay, so they did sign.
They signed Zion Johnson from the Chargers, who is a solid starter, but I mean, an interior offensive line from the Chargers. I mean, it's fine, I guess. They got Elton. What I do like just recently, they got Elton Jenkins from the Packers to be their center, and I love that. I really like Elton Jenkins, and they're paying him a lot too. 2 years, $24 million.
Yeah, I want to bring that back up when we get to the Packers a little bit later in this episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious to know your take on how that impacts the Packers with Love and what is he doing? Is he moving? Is he not moving?
Right.
We talked a little bit about Trevor Lawrence last week, and
Yeah.
is he going to go upward? So we'll get back to the Packers, but yeah, the Browns. I don't even want to talk about the quarterback. I think quarterback is irrelevant right now.
100%.
They need to get an offensive line that can do something with somebody that's behind them.
I think they need to build their team before they decide what their quarterback is doing, and that goes to left tackle and wide receiver.
Okay.
For me,
Okay.
that's their biggest needs: left tackle and wide receiver.
Okay.
Their current wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy.
He did not do good this year. I'll just say it out. I'll just say it outright.
Like, I don't want to hammer him so bad because
I don't want to either because he's a good wide receiver.
and the quarterback carousel's crazy, and we just said they have no offensive line. So I don't think they need to go nutso with a receiver. I don't think they need to make a big splash, but I think they can grab something in the draft, right?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I think they have 2 first-round picks, right? They can get with their pick 24 or something like that.
They left tackle
No, wide receiver. I think at pick 24, they get Omar Cooper Jr.
from Indiana.
I love him. He's great.
Okay.
I'm
not. No. I'm just not disagreeing with the great or not great. I think he is great.
They also have like pick 6. Remember that.
Yeah.
And that's where they get their left tackle from. I think they go out and get Monroe Freeling. I think at that pick 6. I mean, he's good, really good out of Georgia. He moves really well. He gets into space well. He creates lanes well. He's a tiny bit of a project. Sometimes it doesn't really seem like he knows where he is, but overall he's the second best tackle.
Okay.
First best left tackle. So I think that's the direction that they go because I don't think they don't really need much.
No, and it's a chicken and egg with the receiver situation.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like Jerry Jeudy, good, maybe, yes, maybe, no, maybe, but offensive line, quarterback play. I mean, it all has to eventually come together, and it's this game of chicken and egg of which one do you fix first? Is it the line? Is it the receiver? Do you get a receiver to help the quarterback who's struggling because he has no line? I think you're right. I think if we can look at the first 2 picks, and they've got 2 good picks up there high, go after, like you said, the receiver from Indiana. Mm-hmm. And go get the Georgia left tackle.
Absolutely,
and start putting these things together. Okay.
Sounds good, yeah. Wide receiver and left tackle.
Okay. Steelers.
And the trend...
Rodgers.
The trend... The trend continues. It's guard. Again, that it sucks because I want to talk about more than the interior of the offensive line. But it's guard again. They don't have
See, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'm gonna tell you.
their tackles are solid. Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu are solid.
Okay.
Mason McCormick, their right guard, solid. Zach Frazier, their center, probably top 5 in the league center wise. But their left guard, it is a hole, I would say, and I think it's a big enough hole to address in the draft. I wouldn't necessarily say like a first round pick,
Okay.
maybe like a third round pick, because I think this offensive line class is pretty good, other than maybe like the left tackles. I think there's only like really like 2 or 3 good left tackles in this draft class. But interior offensive line wise, I think it's really good. I think it's really deep. So I think they can go out and address that in like the 3rd or 4th round. Maybe with a guy like Bo Stevens from Iowa, who I think is very good. So I think left guard is a big enough hole to address, but I think maybe an even bigger hole is safety.
Iowa does. They know how to pump out offensive linemen, don't they?
Yeah.
So all right. You're going to safety. See, I'm gonna let you chime in on the safety in a second, but like to me, they were bottom 10 in total offense. They don't scare anybody in the passing game.
No, they don't.
Like nobody is scared of them.
And I think
They barely put up 200 yards passing per game.
Yeah. Part of that is Aaron Rodgers. And I think part of that is also not having
You don't think they
George
need
Pickens.
You don't think they need a wide receiver?
they traded for Michael Pittman Jr.
Okay.
Or did they trade for him, or did they? Yeah, they traded for Michael Pittman Jr. to go alongside DK Metcalf. So I think their wide receiver core is actually looking good. That's what I think. And they got a young, good tight end, Darnell Washington, who's massive.
Okay. All right. Well, they need to start scaring somebody out there.
You know what I didn't see?
What?
I did not see that they signed Brock Hoffman.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
He could be their left guard. I'm changing it to safety.
All right.
In the moment, I'm changing it to safety.
Okay.
They go out in the 2nd round and they get AJ Halsey out of LSU, I think. He's a good safety, hard hitter.
In round 2?
In round 2.
Well,
yeah.
who do you think they need in round 1 then?
In round 1?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whoever's there, I feel like they're the type that their pick and the way that their team is right now, I feel like it's best player available when their pick comes around and they have 7 minutes on the clock. I think it's best player available.
Okay.
But yeah, their safeties right now. They got Jaquan Brisker from the Bears. He's good.
Yeah.
And then their free safety, Deshaun Elliott. He's all right. He doesn't. He does. I don't love him, which is why I think they could improve there. So yeah, I think overall, that's probably the direction they want to go.
I think he struggles in like run defense.
Yeah,
So
a little bit.
Okay.
Admittedly, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything more on the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, or Steelers before we jump to the NFC? I mean, there's a theme: guards, tackles, a little bit of cornerback, a little bit of safety.
I think just the main thing would be for the Steelers specifically. I don't think they need to worry about quarterback this year too much. I think this has probably been said before on other shows. I think they should start Will Howard.
I agree.
Their rookie quarterback last year from Ohio State. I think he's a good quarterback. I know that probably people don't just because of the team that he was on when he won the national championship. I think he's a good quarterback. And even if he isn't a good quarterback, I don't think you're in the position to get a good quarterback right now. I think you might be next year. When Michael Pittman has settled in, or when all the guys that you got, Jamel Dean has settled in. Maybe when you...
Well, like the way we look at it is Rodgers Hall of Fame, yada, 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 great story, but like he can't move around anymore.
Nope.
Right? It's put in the young guy, put in the young legs.
Might as well.
Help the offensive line out a little bit there.
Might as well. You really got nothing to lose.
No. They didn't scare anybody. Said it 1,000 times on this.
Yeah.
They didn't scare anybody in the passing game.
No, they did not.
And it's a shame because they got Metcalf.
It is a shame. He's great.
Yeah. All right. You want to move to the NFC?
Let's do it.
All right. So we're going to rip through Lions, Packers, Bears, and Vikings. So let's start with Lions, I believe. Is on our board for next.
Yes.
Is that where you want to go?
Lions is first.
Okay. Allowed one of the highest passer ratings in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be cornerback for me. Cornerback and
They struggled against the
left
deep ball
tackle. Yeah.
a lot.
I mean, yeah, 100% they did. And it doesn't help that they just lost Amik Robertson to the Commanders. He walked away in free agency, so now their cornerbacks are Terrion Arnold, DJ Reed, and Rock Ya-Sin.
I look at them a little bit like the Cowboys. Like they can score with anybody,
100%, yeah.
but they give up so many giant plays in the passing game.
plays. Yeah. I mean, it was showing in the Lions versus Cowboys game. It was just like, okay, 20-yard pass this way, and then the ball turns over, and it's 20-yard pass this way, and ball turns over, and it's a 20-yard pass the other way.
Yeah.
It's just back and forth. It seems like every game
Okay.
with the Lions. So, yeah, I think
Cornerback?
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Which sucks because they have good safeties. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, good safeties. Even their third string cornerback, Rock Ya-Sin, he's a good cornerback. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like everything's clicking for them.
So who did you say you liked in round one for them?
Probably if Monroe Freeling isn't there, because I do think left tackle is also a big need because Taylor Decker left or requested his own release. If he's not there, then probably a guy like Avian Terrell
Out of Clemson?
out of Clemson. I think he's a good cornerback. People might look at him a little funny just because of the passer rating that he allowed, 96. It's not a great passer rating. I think he allowed about like 19 yards a reception. But
That's not great.
that's
So why do you like him?
I think he just had a down year.
Okay.
I mean, the year before that, he allowed a 70. He had 2 interceptions. He allowed 35 receptions on almost 70 targets.
Okay.
So I think he just had a bit of a down year. I think that whole Clemson defense had a bit of a down year. I think they will bounce back.
And then who do you like at left tackle?
Probably just a round 2 pick like Caleb Tiernan out of Northwestern.
Northwestern. Okay.
Yeah. Taller fella. I think he's pretty good. He's one of the guys that I was referring to when I said there's not many great left tackles in this draft class. He allowed he did allow 3 sacks, which I don't love, but it's kind of or I'm not going to say understandable, but the guys that he was going up against are NFL ready guys. He played Penn State. That's Danny Dennis Sutton. You know, he played Illinois. You know,
Newsflash, he's going to be going against NFL players next year.
Yeah, and he only allowed 3 sacks.
Okay, all right, so that's your angle. Okay.
That's my angle.
So good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a good thing. I think he'll be good.
Do you think they need any help in the pass rush at all?
Maybe. I
Like
think
later round, maybe?
Who do they have right now? They do have Aiden Hutchinson. Probably maybe in the later round. Maybe like a Max Llewellyn guy out of Iowa might be a fit for them. Maybe in like the 4th or the 5th. He's pretty good.
Okay. Never have enough depth in pass rush.
That's
especially if you're giving up big plays. All of a sudden
especially, yeah,
you need some help there.
definitely.
All right, Packers. I said we were going to get back to the Packers. Talked about their center.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a young offense. They're one of the youngest teams out there.
Yep.
Still are. I think I've been saying that for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Offensive line gave up a lot of pressure.
definitely.
Defensively,
And it doesn't help that they just lost 2 of their starters. You know, Elton Jenkins went to the Panthers, and Rashid Walker went to the Panthers. Elton Jenkins went to the Browns.
So we talked about the Browns. I was actually just going to bring that up a little. Look, I'm not saying I'm comparing the Browns to the Packers because I'm not.
Right.
But we talked about, do you build around a quarterback? I know the Browns don't really have a quarterback, but we talked about the receiving core there, right? Jerry Jeudy. We talked about the offensive line, chicken and egg conversation that I mentioned. I feel like the Packers are a little bit there too. Like, do you build around Jordan Love with protection or with weapons?
I think I feel like his clock is running out a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, people look at him and he's only been a starter for like what 3 years, but he's still like 30 or not. I don't think he's 30. He's almost 30. He might be like 28, 29. He's not as young as people think he is, so I think it's time to just give him I think it's probably a strong offensive line.
Okay. You think the offensive line is where...
Let him throw the ball, because this was very prevalent last year. And I feel like you can say this about a lot of quarterbacks, but I feel like Jordan Love specifically, as much as I kind of dislike him, when he's good, like when he has time to throw the ball, he is really good at throwing the ball. He's one of the best guys. He's top 5 in the league when he's, performing not very much under stress. But
yeah, when he can hit his first target, he's great.
Okay, that's not what I mean though.
All right, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
When he's got time?
Yeah, when he's got more time than not. I mean, you can say this, like I said, you can say this about anybody. When he's good, he's really good, but when he's not good, he's really not good.
Do you think he's got a deeper floor than a higher ceiling? That saying? Where
I would say so, yeah.
Because he's turnover machine at times. He's got a little history of that, and then he cleans it up when he's, like you said, when he's clicking, he's clicking.
Yeah.
But that's where he should be clicking. But then when it falls off, it's, holy cow, it's falling off.
Yeah.
All right, so you want some offensive line help for him?
No, I want some cornerback, actually.
Whoa! So now we're moving. We're going to defense now?
Yeah, because I think any team...
So we just talked a ton about Jordan Love
Yep.
and weapons or protection, and you're saying, I don't really care.
Because I think they can address that in free agency, probably.
Okay.
With the team that we just talked about, Taylor Decker. He
Okay.
walked, and they need help at tackle. So I think might as well sign the guy.
Okay. So you're going in the draft.
Get a quality starter. Yeah.
Cornerback.
And I mean, yeah. Why not cornerback? And because any team that is willing to sign Trayvon Diggs at the end of the season to help their team, that team needs secondary help.
Did he even play in a game?
I believe so, and I don't think he played well.
Yeah.
But even still, they got...
Well, they don't have a first round pick, so they got
have a second round pick.
Second round pick. So who are they going to look at second round for a cornerback?
I'm going Keith Abney.
LSU?
ASU.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah. I am almost in love with Keith Abney as I am with Chris Johnson. I think he's really good. I think people don't give him the credit that he deserves. 0 touchdowns allowed. He had 2 interceptions, 46 passer rating when targeted.
Okay. Solid.
32 receptions, which you might think is high, but on 72 targets.
Yeah, below 50%.
Below 50%. That's really good. And for the yards he allowed, 321, that's like 10 yards of reception. That's really good.
Okay.
So I think he is very good, and I think he can be a cornerback 1 on a team. And I think that team is the Packers.
All right, we'll see. Bears are next.
Yeah.
Let's see. Looking through my notes.
They don't need much.
They don't need much. Wow. You and I can talk about the Bears a lot because we have in the car.
Yeah.
So they had very low pass rush win rate.
That's true.
Without blitzing. Mm-hmm. They're good on the blitz.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at their games, right, it's like, well, they were terrible in quarters 1, 2, and 3. And it's like, well, collectively as a team, were they terrible? Was it the defense that was not really great with pressure? Was the offense just struggling? Like, I'm concerned, I'm sure everybody is like, you can't win every game in the fourth quarter. Like, you can't just sit on your hands until the fourth quarter and say, we're going to go win 12 games.
And that in itself is an offensive issue. I think that's something that they need to not necessarily change anything on the offense, just clean it up, I think.
Okay.
Because when you have an offense that, can't really compete in the first and second quarter, and that's putting your defense in bad spots, that makes it easier for the opposing offense to score.
They gave up 130 rushing yards per game.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know why?
Why?
Because when a team scores so much on you that you need to come back in the fourth quarter, then they start running the ball. They don't pass as often.
Cowboys problem.
The Cowboys problem, yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's true.
I was a little shell shocked because, as I mentioned in the last episode, we're Cowboys fans, so you'll hear a little bit of that pain come out every once in a while.
Yeah, which is exactly why I think their biggest need, linebacker and edge rusher.
Yep.
They need a guy
Maybe
to pair.
safety? No?
No, they got let me see who they got. I know that they signed somebody. Yeah, they signed Kobe Bryant from
Okay.
that Super Bowl winning defense. So I think he's good.
So you like edge and linebacker?
I do like edge and linebacker.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of cornerback just to get some depth in there. But yeah, I think linebacker is a big need for them, definitely. They signed Devin Bush from the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
They got, but then other than him, they got T.J. Edwards and DeMarco Jackson.
Okay. So got some needs. So they got a round 1 pick.
Yeah, they do have a round 1 pick.
You're not taking a linebacker there, right? Probably not.
Probably not.
Wait till round 2.
I think you're probably going edge rusher there too.
Okay.
Because you need a guy opposite of Montez Sweat if you really want to start getting more to the quarterback, you know. So I think that's probably a situation where with their first round pick they take Zion Young out of Missouri. He is, I mean, people will. I feel like I'm just spouting all of my underrated guys. People say, you know, Cassius Howell. People high on Cassius Howell. People are high on Keldrick Folk. I am not. We both are not.
We are not
Keldrick Folk fans. He is a massive project.
Yeah.
That I don't think a lot of teams are willing to dive into. But I think Zion Young is great.
We saw him at the combine.
We did, and he was slow.
And everybody was like, "Oh, he looks great." I'm like,
Did he though?
"No."
But Zion Young,
All right, sorry, we're signing.
great size, 6'5", 262 pounds, 8 sacks, 17 hurries, 32 hurries, 17 quarterback hits, 2 batted footballs. I think he's really good. He plays everywhere, kind of. I wouldn't say everywhere, but he can shift on the offensive line. He played the majority of his snaps, obviously, outside the tackle.
Yeah.
But then he had 34 over the tackle. He actually had 19 in the B gap,
Really?
which is interesting. Yeah. So maybe you see like a little bit of like an outside linebacker look in him.
Well, I mean, that's nice to have a little bit of versatility.
Yeah.
Depending on down and distance and situation, subbing challenges, right? I mean, that's always good to have somebody that's a little versatile in those situations.
Yeah. But I think he's really good. He's violent on his get off, and he's a violent player, and I really like him.
All right. We got one team left.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings.
The Vikings.
I really don't want to talk about the quarterback situation and the Vikings.
They have their quarterback one. Or well,
I just don't want to talk.
I think ESPN said it best. It's either going to be J.J. McCarthy or it's going to be Kyler Murray.
Sure.
And whichever one it isn't, they're not going to be on the team.
Correct. I'm looking at. Man, I'm all over the map here. I got a little offensive line. I got a little running back. I got a little safety.
Yeah.
They do have a great defense, but maybe the backside of it is a little sus in some areas.
Yeah, I would say safety. I'm right there with you at safety. And then I'm also on the defensive line, the interior of the defensive line.
Okay.
Especially because it's not like me to blank on names, but they did lose a guy, Jonathan Allen. They lost to the Bengals.
Yes.
In free agency. So right now their nose is Jalen Redmond, who isn't bad, I'll admit. But then, their defensive end, who is, basically defensive tackle, Terry Ingram Dawkins, he's fine. I wouldn't say he's great. But then specifically what I'm looking at, second string nose tackle as well. Like Jalen Redmond is fine, I would say, 33 tackles.
Yeah.
Their second string, Taki Taimani, 0 sacks, 0 solo tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions on ESPN. He just doesn't get in the game, I guess.
So if you're going to grab somebody, as a second string out of the draft, second round, maybe third round? Is there anybody you're looking at?
Yeah, I would say I'm looking at
You've done a bunch of mock drafts
Yeah.
already, and what like who's falling around that area?
which area would you be referring
Like
to?
round 2, let's say for them.
Gabe Jacas. He's not a nose tackle, but he's a defensive end. He's a defensive end out of Illinois, who he's perfect defensive end size. 6'3", a little bit short, 270 pounds. So he's got great weight on him. He had 12 sacks, 7
Wow.
hits, 22 hurries.
Wow.
He's got great. He's
And where's he out of?
Illinois,
Okay.
and he's gone up against some pretty good
Yeah, that's why I was curious to know where
tackle competition. He played, Duke, who had a great offensive
Yeah, they
line
got a
this
great
year.
offensive line last year.
He played Indiana, who had a really good offensive line this year.
Yes, they did.
Ohio State always has a good offensive line, usually. So yeah, I think he's probably my favorite pure defensive end. There's a lot of edge rushers in this draft class. He's probably my favorite defensive end, other than Akeem Mesidor.
Well, before I kind of went down a round 2 transition, you I think you brought up safety or maybe for their first round.
I did bring up safety for the first round. Or I didn't bring it up, but yeah, safety in the first round. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, that Toledo safety.
Toledo, right?
Man, he is good.
What did they pick in the first round?
In the first round, 19, I believe.
I was going to say late teens, I think it was.
Late teens, yeah.
Okay.
Something like 18. I think it's 18. So I think it's them, Panthers, Cowboys, if I remember correctly.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. But yeah, he is. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, he is good. He's a hard hitter. 6'2", 202 pounds. 43 solo tackles, 20 of them assisted. He plays all over the backfield. 33 in the slot, 13 at cornerback. Mainly, he's a box safety,
Okay.
which I like. He's like that strong
Strong
safety type.
yeah.
Yeah, 401 snaps in the box. Just under 200.
He loves to come down, I guess.
He loves coming down.
Not afraid of contact.
He loves wreaking havoc down there,
Like
which
that.
I think the Vikings could definitely use, because they did sign, or not sign. Did they sign? No, they didn't sign anybody at safety. And their safeties right now are not that. Oh, no, they did. But they re-signed the guy 2 years, 4 million. So I think they just need a strong starter at safety, because their cornerbacks aren't bad. Isaiah Rodgers isn't bad.
Yep.
Byron Murphy isn't bad.
Okay.
Theo Jackson at the nickel is not bad. I think they just need that hard-hitting, strong safety.
All right. I like it.
I like it.
That is
That
the
should
end
be.
of episode 2.
That is the end of episode 2. Anything else you would like to add?
No, what do you want to do next episode? You want to you want to save the Cowboys division for last?
Yeah, we'll save the best for last.
All right, so we're going to go west.
We'll go west next episode.
We're going to go west next episode, and we love comments. If you want Nate to drill into anything specific, any position specific, any needs specific for your team, even if we tackled it already, and you want us to kind of circle back on something, I'd love to hear your comments. Love to hear any challenges that you want to push on us for any of the things that Nate is thinking is going to be best fit in the draft coming up for some of these teams. I know it's fluid. I know a lot of things change with going up to the draft. There's a lot of movement going on out there. But, yeah, welcome comments.
Yep.
Welcome feedback.
Absolutely.
Shove it our way. We could take it, and we're happy you guys are here listening to us. So next week,
Next week,
West.
AFC and NFC West. See ya.
See ya.